Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello to my fellow media friends. It's so nice to see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. How are you guys doing? And it's also very nice when we get to have our work in a place that has a very scenic view and delectable food, okay? If you look at the menu and you see the prices, that's all free. Please enjoy the food today, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a powerful afternoon that will allow all of us to experience a higher intelligence, okay? For all of us who are posting online, don't forget to use that hashtag. It's hashtag a higher intelligence. Today will be like no other as we experience true innovation with Huawei's best smartphone yet. Our lovely friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the exclusive media meet featuring the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Give yourselves a big round of applause for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions about the product, and it's just crazy, all the things that this phone can do. And we're here today to make sure that all of your questions are answered, and we're going to get to the bottom of all of it. Technology, as many of us know, has been evolving so fast, and it's helped us become more efficient with the things that we do. And a mobile device has become an enabler and the greatest tool to connect with people all over the world, especially real time. With Huawei's passion and focus, ingenuity, and innovation, it's invented mobile phones that do not only address functionalities, but rather are reflective of our dynamic lifestyle. We'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to experience today is unlike anything in the market today. And what better way for you all to be convinced than for us to let you experience the real deal. Hashtag higher intelligence is our official battle cry, because the Huawei Mate 20 Pro takes your mobile capability to the next level. A higher intelligence because all the features and design are a cut above the rest. A higher intelligence because it gives you more than what you think you need or want. Bolder and more powerful than simply what it is. And we welcome this opportunity to fully communicate with all of you the special and exceptional features of the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Inspired by luxurious things, the phone's DNA targets the power users and photo enthusiasts. So we have a nice little sunset going on, so we highly recommend that you use the smartest camera on a mobile phone to take some nice sunset selfies later on. Inspired by luxurious things, this phone's DNA targets again power users and photo enthusiasts. It promises the fastest and finest performance in the category. The Mate 20 Pro's versatility and features will make it the smartphone everyone would want to have. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready to believe the unbelievable, nice, I really like that man, and be mesmerized with pleasure, please watch this video about our Mate 20 Pro. Okay, there you have it. That's just a little taste, okay? How many of you have got to hold it already? You got to try it? Very nice, very nice. I had the honor of being able to try it earlier on. And man, this camera is so smart, especially when you focus on things like right in front of you. It'll automatically switch to the macro mode. Anyway, we'll get to that later on. Okay. Now, definitely, this is something crazy. You have that triple Leica camera system, the Kirin 980 processor, which gives its artificial intelligence smarts, dual frequency GPS, so for those of you who are using Waze 24/7, that'll come in handy. IP68 rated, which means it's both water and dust resistant. If I'm not mistaken, that's 2 meters, 30 minutes, right? To my tech friends. In-screen fingerprint, wireless projection, Share 3.0, 3D face unlock, and 3D live objects features. You can make your toy dance around, like in your camera. That's pretty cool. Wireless charging, you can even charge other phones wirelessly as well, and so on and so forth. So many features to name, and of course it's very, very stylish as well. This new Mate series retains its title as the King of Android. So why don't I just call in the man of authority in the smartphone, and all of your questions. This guy is the real deal, okay? He knows the thing from top to bottom. Let's all welcome Huawei's Global Product Marketing Manager. A warm round of applause for Mr. Peter Godin.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your warm welcome today. As you've already heard, we have so much packed inside such a tiny little object. We're going to try and explain how we can expand all that today. Let me just explain a little bit about myself. So I'm one of Huawei's global product managers, part of a global team of people who are experts in our products. And of course today we're going to be talking about this little baby, Mate 20 Pro series. There are a couple of cornerstones, the DNA of the experience within the Mate family. Mates well, let's explain them this way. The Mate series is for a high achiever, an audience that understands technology and how to use it as a tool. Understands intelligence built into the smartphone actually enables them to get a competitive edge against everybody else. These are the high achievers. These are the people who don't work 9 to 5, they're always on. They don't have a fixed working space either, they work everywhere, anywhere, any time of the day, and they want a device which lasts and is able to keep up with them. Which of course is exactly why we've built the Mate series. Exquisite design, ultimate performance, remarkable photography, because it is outstanding. And of course, built inside all of this, really intelligent experiences. But let's talk about the one element of this where artificial intelligence doesn't really feature so much, which is to do with the design. Now, I'm a bit of a people watcher, and I play a challenge with myself on a daily basis. It's a little bit geeky, but I try and guess. If I see somebody using a phone, I try and guess, try and predict what phone it is they have pressed against their ear. Sometimes that's really easy, sometimes that's quite difficult. But with the brand new design from Huawei for the Mate 20 series, that makes my job super easy. With a brand new iconic 4-point design camera array, a matrix camera array on the back of the device, it will be clear, even from a distance, exactly which phone somebody is using. And this is also something which fits with the audience as well, because they like to stand out from the crowd a little bit. They like to be identified and they like to be associated with the technology and the intelligence that it brings them as well. So these guys like to be seen. And of course with this design, it will be very clear. We have a design philosophy on the Mate family built around simple symmetry. Everything is aligned down the center spine of the back of the device. You'll note even the corners of the matrix camera array exactly match the corners of the device itself. Perfect symmetry. We created a flowing design, giving you a really seamless slimline side profile, where the curved glass of the back and the front meet to join a very slim metal spine. Perfect design. And we've spent a long time looking at aesthetics as well. We'll come to that in a second. The Mate 20 has a 6.53-inch RGBW LCD display. Very conventional format in its size, with its 18.7 by 9 in terms of its ratio aspect. So this looks like a normal smartphone. This looks from the front like a nice conventional ordinary smartphone. Of course, it hides inside innovation beyond belief, but it looks fairly conservative. However, the Mate 20 Pro, you'll notice, is very much more remarkable in terms of its design. The 6.39 curved OLED display with a 19.5 by 9 ratio. That makes the Mate 20 Pro slim and elegant in the hand. A large screen device that's very easy to be used one-handed. We've tried to maximize that screen space for you as well. So you'll notice that the Mate 20 has 88% coverage on the front. So 88% of the front of the device is screen. Even the Mate 20 Pro reaches almost 87%. So much, much larger than the competition in terms of screen to body ratio. Big screens, small devices. And you can see that here. Very, very compact, very narrow. Even though they are large screens, they are really easy to use in one hand. Doesn't feel big in the pocket then either. There are so many different pieces of innovation built inside the device. Some quite very much to do with the capabilities of the Kirin 980. However, we have hidden in the design itself some of the key innovations. First, of course, as you will have seen from the pictures that we've shown already, in the Mate 20 Pro there is no cutout for the fingerprint sensor. The front of the device is given over almost entirely to screen, so there's no fingerprint sensor there. Because, of course, it's hidden beneath the display of the screen itself. In-screen fingerprint sensor. Much more responsive now than when we first used this design with the Mate RS that we launched with Porsche Design earlier this year. Another one of the aspects that we've hidden in terms of the design as well is a brand new removable memory format. So Nano SD. Essentially this is memory built in the size and compact element of a nano SIM card. So it's the same design as a nano SIM card, and you can replace your dual SIM device, that second SIM, with this nano SD card. So a memory card that's the exact same size and shape as a nano SIM card. Very simple. Why did nobody else think of doing this before? Because nobody else is Huawei, that's why. We've also hidden in the Mate 20 Pro the second speaker. We have a dual speaker, but the second one is actually built inside the USB-C port. Again, maintaining this seamless, minimalistic design that we've built around the Mate 20 Pro. Again, really simple. Clean lines, but a really innovative idea. The IP68 rating of the Mate 20 Pro is also something that we are loving with this device. Really robust, as it's already been mentioned. 2 meters. It's great. If you drop it down in most swimming pools, you know you're fine. It's no problem at all. We will see a brand new aesthetic design with these devices as well. So not only is Huawei innovating on technology itself, but also the look and feel. We've got a number of different design centres placed around the world, and if you were lucky enough to join us in Paris earlier this year for the P20 launch, you were only a stone's throw away from our Aesthetics Design Centre in Paris. Very, very close. We've created this brand new design called a hyper-optical pattern. This is made up of a whole number of micro 3D textures, so you can actually feel the texture. Now, I'm old enough to remember vinyl records the first time around, so this sound is very familiar with me. Sorry, hang on a second, get the right device. This sound is very familiar to me. This is the same sound that you get when you're doing exactly that on the side of a vinyl record, because there is actually a texture to the pattern. Which means it's great because not only does it look beautiful, it's also more grippy in the hand, so less slippery, and more resilient and robust to fingerprint marking as well. So it stays looking beautiful for longer. In the Philippines, we will launch both of these devices in a number of colours. You will see an emerald green, a midnight blue, a nice conservative black, and the awesome twilight colour as well. So those break up like this. So in the Mate 20, in the Philippines, you will get the black and the midnight blue. For the Mate 20 Pro, you get the emerald green, the black, and that beautiful twilight colour as well. So that's the design, that's the beauty on the outside. So let's take a look a little bit at the brains on the inside. All of this, of course, is being driven by the Kirin 980, the world's first 7nm mobile AI processor on the market. Now, there are a number of great advantages this processor gives us, but the first thing we have to notice is the number of world's firsts that we've built into this processor. But already, if we even start just from the Kirin 970, the amount of innovation that's gone into this simple, tiny little processor is amazing. Yes, doing all that gives us both performance and power efficiency improvements. We've improved the capability of the standard computing, the CPU and the GPU. But it's what we've done in terms of improving the neural processing capability, so the AI capability, that's just amazing. With this brand new dual NPU design, we're able to improve significantly both the capabilities of AI and machine learning within the device, and also the power efficiencies we get as well. Not only the hardware that we're looking at to improve efficiency as well, it's also the software. So we've done a lot of hard work at improving not only the responsiveness of your screen when you tap it, so that it actions what you ask it to do even quicker, but also the speed that those applications open when you're looking to call them into action. And once you've got that application open, the smoothness that you feel inside. It's an experience that is just beautiful. It works rapidly and smoothly. At the heart of the Mate 20 Pro is a huge battery. Because the Kirin 980 is like putting a Formula 1 racing car, or Formula 1 engine inside something. So it needs a great power system. So you get a 4,200 milliampere battery with the Mate 20 Pro. Even with the original Mate 20, you get a 4,000 milliampere battery. So some of the biggest in their class. Also means they're some of the longest lasting batteries in their class as well. Sitting behind that, you can see here, we've got 11 hours, over 11 hours of the Mate 20 battery life in comparison to the rest of the market. So really long lasting batteries. But also fast charging. Now we're instigating Huawei 40-watt supercharge capabilities with the Mate 20 Pro. That means if you've got half an hour before a meeting, or you're going to conduct an interview, or you're going to jump on a plane and go somewhere, even if your device is flat, you will be able to charge it to 70%. From flat to 70% in 30 minutes. It's outstanding. And this system is also safety rated as well. So TÜV Rheinland Safety Certified. These guys are a century-old German organisation that specialise in taking industrial processes and creating safety-certified elements with them. For the very first time, we've also built in wireless charging for the Mate 20 Pro, but only because we have fixed one of the main issues with wireless charging, which is, of course, the speed. 15-watt wireless charging is double the industry standard. So twice as quick as the industry standard. So even if you've got a wire, or you don't have a wire, you know that your phone will be charging faster than anybody else's. And that's not all, because here we've built power to spare for you guys. And Huawei is a company that loves to share. So we've given you the ability to share that power with other people as well. With this new innovation of wireless reverse charging, you can charge another wireless-enabled device. Flick a very small software switch on your device, put the two back to back, and you will suddenly see that other device start charging. Works like a dream. So if, for example, at an event like this, or whether you're out with friends and family, somebody wants to take some photos later but their battery's a little bit low, you can say, hey, it's okay. I have power to spare, and I have the power to share. And you go and give them some of your battery power. With this speedy little chipset built inside, of course, we have to complement that with the fastest connectivity capabilities as well. So the Mate 20 Pro is Cat21 rated. That's 1.4 gigabits per second download speed. That's 4K movie streaming without any buffering. A 2K movie downloaded in a matter of seconds. We've also considered, doesn't matter where you are, outside of the home or even in the home, you need to have the fastest connectivity possible. So we've built in 1.733 gigabits per second download speed capability on your Wi-Fi as well. So fastest outside of home, fastest inside of home as well. We've even given you the ability to be more accurate in terms of plotting your location. We mentioned dual frequency GPS means that that accuracy of your location track improves. So wherever you're trying to tell somebody from Grab exactly where you are, so it's easy for that taxi to come and pick you up. The accuracy is great. So that's the brain sitting inside. Now let's have a look at some of the things that that brain can do as well. And one of the main elements here is to do with photography, because even if you are a businessman, an entrepreneur, an innovator who's always on the go, you still want to be able to take that perfect photo, be able to share it on Instagram, and have other people look at it and say, wow, that looks amazing. Why does that look better than the photo that I took at the same event? Because it's being taken on a Huawei device. So we have this brand new revolutionary matrix camera setup. It is, again, a triple camera setup. On the Mate 20, you will see we have a standard wide angle sensor of 12 megapixels, f1.8. So still good aperture. We've also built in again the 8 megapixel telephoto lens that gives you the ability to take a picture of something far away, even without taking a step forward to get closer to it. But the difference here is we're building in an ultra wide angle lens. This time a 16 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. In the Mate 20 Pro, you can see we still have that amazing 40 megapixel wide angle sensor. Super high resolution images, great low light and nighttime images, because of course we're using light fusion technology to combine 4 pixels into one to give you a better light sensitivity capability. Again, yes, that 8 megapixel telephoto lens, that 3 times optical zoom, reaching much, much further out. And now for the first time, this 20 megapixel ultra wide angle lens that just allows you to take epic images, but also get up much, much closer to things and still keep them in clear clarity. Again, with the Mate 20 Pro, we're using a much larger than average sensor, a 1 by 1.7 inch sensor. So we get big pixels, we get great light sensitivity, gives us amazing low light images and nighttime images, just like this one. So you probably can't see much at all in those 2 images on the right hand side, right? But you can still see colour, you can see definition on the one on the left. Same thing here. This is using our night mode. You can see perfect stars in the sky at night, but you can't see anything in the others really at all. How do we do this? Well, we're using some new technology actually to improve our photography. Let's take an example of this being our HDR capabilities. In this instance, we're taking 10 frames, and we're looking at different exposure levels within those 10 frames and combining them all together. The difference here is actually we are doing this in the raw format. So we're able to gain much more image information whilst we're compiling those frames together. It gives us a much better overall image. The combination of lenses also gives you versatility in photography. That ultra-wide-angle lens is the equivalent of a 16mm lens. And we go all the way up to that telephoto lens that 10 times is the equivalent of a 270mm lens. So you have a massive amount of versatility built inside that camera. You can do all of these things. So this is a pretty nice shot. This is your standard wide shot. You could go wide angle if you really, really wanted to, which actually looks amazing. Or one of your friends is on one of these other balloons, you could say, no, I'm going to try and zoom in. Let's see if I can get him to wave and I can take a photo. So 3 times optical zoom, not quite there yet, so let's try 5 times hybrid zoom. If he was to give you a wave from that balloon, you'll be able to snap this nice little happy photo. Me personally, I much prefer this really super wide angle. It gives it scope, makes it much more epic. Just like these photos are. So this you think is quite nice, but it's very difficult to get good composition of both the building and the bike together. So that's why you use an ultra-wide-angle lens. The same thing here. This actually is taken on our normal standard lens. It looks really, really nice. This could be the cover of a magazine very easily. However, you use the ultra-wide-angle, you just see how much more epic the image is. This image of a nice rainbow here is great, but you don't get the pots of gold at the end of the rainbow in the shot. You do with the ultra-wide-angle lens. That ultra-wide-angle lens also allows great super macro photography. You can now get as close as 2.5 centimeters away from an object and still keep it in clear, crisp focus. So you see versatile photography in your pocket. Every kind of photography that you need is there with the Mate 20 Pro. We're also allowing you to turn yourselves into mini Hollywood movie directors with the AI cinema mode. This is where the extra computing capability of AI comes into play. Here, you will see that the device itself is understanding the human shape, the human form, being able to associate the skeletal shape of the human form and render in real time around that. So this is an example of one of the AI cinema modes called portrait color mode, where you'll see everything is dropped out into black and white except for the person themselves. They are kept in color. And this gives you an awesome amount of ability to create really cinematic images and videos. We're also using AI and image recognition to scroll through the videos that you take, pick out the faces that are recognized, and give you the ability to create very short 10-second highlight videos of those important people. Great examples, birthday party. Really easy, you take 15-20 minutes worth of video recording, but you want to share a nice 10-second video of the birthday boy or girl. The device handles that for you instantly. Let's move from the back to the front. We've built in new 3D depth sensing technology into our front camera. And this gives us a couple of new things that we can do. Of course, the first is being able to use that depth information to improve our face locking technology. So we now can do 3D face unlock. It also takes amazing selfies, of course. Even against a backlight, very difficult. and even in low light situations as well. So perfect low light selfies. Also helps a more accurate track of the emojis that we have as well. A little bit more accuracy in those facial expressions. It also helps us do some things with my little buddy here on the left. Being able to scan 3D objects, move them from the real world into the virtual world. To take a toy of some kind, for example, scan it, and you can create something that is very easily shareable online. Make it run, make it do a bit of kung fu, bring it into the real world with augmented reality and stand next to it and have your photo taken. Great fun. So that's the camera. But there are so many other intelligent experiences built inside, and I've got some examples for you here. We are using a combination of our new EMUI 9 and also Android 9, so Android Pie, combined together. We've made it much easier, much smoother to use. We've reduced the settings by about 10% and built some new experiences like this. So taking away the need for those Google navigation keys, just being able to use your finger to swipe to navigate around the experience. Smarter ways to discover more about the world around you. High touch, for example, somebody sent you a picture of something, just a 2-finger tap on the screen scans what it's on it and then searches. So if it's somebody, for example, sends you a nice pair of trainers, a picture of those, you can now find where to buy them, because sitting behind that you can see 200 plus global e-commerce platforms. All of that is also used with high vision. A similar way to discover more about the world through the lens that the camera has, its eye to the world. You can discover more about landmarks, about pieces of art, even look at a document and translate it, or, if you are a little bit health conscious, figure out how much calories are in the food that you're eating. And this is not a generic calorie count either. The device is able to assess the volume of the object that you're looking at, and therefore give you a much more accurate calorie recommendation. Building in some productivity tools as well. So we've taken our PC desktop mode from last year, where all you needed was a normal USB-C to HDMI cable, and you could work anywhere. And we've taken that cable away, we've made the experience wireless. So wherever you are, as long as there is a Miracast-enabled TV, it's very easy for you to work. And of course you can maintain both screens independently. You could be showing a presentation from your phone and take a phone call at the same time. Completely separate. If of course you don't have Miracast enabled TV, there are dongles that you can plug in, do exactly the same thing. Bluetooth keyboards and mice, everything works exactly as it did before. So you can see, in every single point here, we are much, much better than the top 3 combined. All of these elements bring Huawei to that pinnacle of innovation that is the Mate 20 series. We have, I think arguably already this year, launched a device that, from the P20 perspective, is considered pretty good or the best camera smartphone on the market. Launching this device now, the Mate 20 series, we've not only challenged even ourselves for probably the best device in 2018, but actually set the bar for 2019 for people to come and challenge us. Because I still believe that this, even next year, will be one of the best smartphones in the market. So that's it from me with the presentation. Hopefully it was informative, although you probably knew all of that already anyway. But thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Godin. Let's give a big round of applause, please. Definitely a lot of information there and so many features on the Mate 20 Pro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give you the opportunity to ask any clarification questions, anything else about the phone specifically, about the market, etc. To our friends from the media, Mr. Peter over here is ready to answer your questions.
Go on, who's going to be first? Who's going to be first with that hand up? Yes, go on, you were quick off the mark.
Good evening, sir.
I'm Ed from this. I'm just curious to the limitations of the 3D anyway.
So it needs to be no taller than 50 centimeters. It also needs to have clearly defined arms and legs. Otherwise, you will not be able to overlay that with the skeletal map in order to allow it to move accurately.
So stuffed toys are best.
Sorry?
Stuffed toys like that are best.
Yeah, stuffed toys like this are good, or you can use action figures, yeah, anything. As long as they've got fairly clearly defined limbs, it's a very, very simple scanning process using the 3D depth technology on that front-facing camera.
Only humanoid objects are scannable.
Well, you would consider that, yes, I mean, the proportions doesn't necessarily matter, but yes, it needs to have arms, legs, and can be no taller than about 50 centimeters tall.
The question about the new memory standard that
Yes.
Huawei's trying to do. Is this going to be like concentrated on high-end phones? Will it start trickling down to mid-range to your other phones?
I mean, you'll notice from Huawei that what we tend to do is we will put technology into higher-end devices that you will see come through later. The advantage of a removable memory is that any dual SIM device will be able to fit that memory because it's built in the dual SIM in that nano SD shape. What we're actually going to do in the future, we obviously can't confirm or deny either way what we would do, but it's entirely possible.
Yes, at the back. Good evening.
Evening. I have a couple of questions. Not able to hear what John's question was, but it's about the memory card. So, is this only the technology of Huawei, or is this is the nano memory card going to be available for for other phone brands as well?
Well, obviously, this is something that we are starting. If other people end up adopting it, that's down to them. But for us, it's definitely, it fixes some of the constraints that we had in terms of design. We were obviously getting lots of requests for removable storage. We innovated everything that we think about, so we just looked at a less complicated way of actually putting in removable storage.
Are we going to see this this type of storage for lower segments like the Y series?
That was the question that was just asked. So technically it's possible. Whether we will or not, I will not confirm right now, because obviously that's to do with future roadmap discussions. But technically it's possible.
I have another question about the cameras this time. So the other brand released also released triple cameras and as well as quad cameras. Now, what made you? Are you going to release quad cameras as well, or are you going to just make the triple cameras even more perfect than what it already is?
So of course, with our camera system being co-engineered with Leica, there's one thing that we share, and that's the belief that the photograph itself is the really important thing. The end output, the photograph is key. And we want to be able to put into your hand something that gives you that perfect photo quality. How we get there, each time is open to us. So we were not saying what we will do, but right now the camera system that we're working with is a triple camera system. This gives us the ability to deliver the quality that we need. It gives us the ability to deliver the versatility of photography that you guys need, have been asking for. So right now, this works for us.
Lastly, I read somewhere that the Mate 20 Pro supports pen recognition. I'm not sure if that is correct.
The Mate 20X supports pen, yes.
So is that a separate accessory?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. Any other questions for our friends from the media? Yes, sir. With the cap.
Good evening. In terms of the camera, how does the new camera system compare to the P20 Pro? Especially when I notice the P20 Pro as one of the cameras is f1.6. Either of the two phones as one f1.8. So how does it fare, especially in night shots?
If you'd noticed when we were talking about the sensor size for that main 40 megapixel sensor, so the sensor that we're using for the main camera is the same as the P20 Pro. So we're still using that light fusion technology. So we're combining again 4 megapixels into one. You get that 2 micron size, so it's great to absorb all of that light. So in terms of the light sensitivity, everything is exactly the same as it was with the P20. So for night shots, everything, you will get a very, very similar result. The difference, of course, is when it comes down to the versatility. Yes, with the P20 camera, you could take perfect monochrome images. Now, you get the versatility of that super wide angle and that close-up as well.
Thank you very much. Any other questions for our friends from the media? Clarifications?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah? Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Peter, let's give him a big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening,
Our
guys.
Global Senior Product Marketing Manager, of course, Mr. Peter Goddard. Now again, if you're posting on today, don't forget, and this is live. What's up, guys? You're live right now, or are you? What, is this live, or are you?
Yes, it's live.
We're live on what channel?
On Lionheart TV.
Lionheart TV?
Yes.
Like Squall, Lionheart?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Lionheart TV. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Justin Quirino. Follow me at Justin Quirino. And don't forget, it's hashtag a higher intelligence, all right? And as you've seen here, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro brings you the best in smartphone and takes the experience to the next level. I've talked to some people who've used it and they say that the phone is so smart. It's like it just predicts their every move. And it's just like it says here, it's like having a virtual assistant without you knowing it. And what we're about to show you right now are the videos of our key online leaders. One of the most sought after actors in the generation, Mr. Jericho Rosales, and Mr. Adrian Semblat, executive father and husband. Now, with so much AI in the picture, we figured this is a good way to humanize the phone, right? The impact of having a Huawei Mate 20 Pro in our lives. How it not only makes things better, but gives you the best in life. So with pleasure, we present to you the uncut versions of our KOL videos.
My name is Adrian Sambla. I'm executive, but I'm also a father and a husband. I love sports and I've been playing football, running, I do snowboard in the winter, and that's why I work for a sports company. I really find the Huawei Mate 20 Pro on top of its game, offering all the latest technologies. I use wireless projection both for work and play, at work for business presentations, and while running on a treadmill to play running videos. I love the supercharging function that gives me 70% of battery in just 30 minutes. I also love the battery life that gives me power for more than 1 day and a half, and the new wireless charging function. I travel a lot, and when I travel, I find the AI translate very helpful. I just take a picture from a foreign website, and I get the instant translation on my phone. Overall, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro delivers a higher intelligence and all the latest technologies that allow me to be more efficient and productive through my days. I am Adrian Semblat. The Huawei Mate 20 Pro makes me a better life manager.
My name is Jared Rosales. I'm an actor, and I love travel and adventure. My job brings me to different places, constantly allows me to take on new things. Thank you. So, I need a phone that can keep up with me. Ready? It means a lot for me to share my experiences and best moments. And with wireless projection, I can share them with people who really want. The ultra-wide angle lens lets me add them to the bigger picture. Okay, thank you. I can even share my battery with wireless reverse charging. I'm always on the go. And AI scene recognition allows me to take snapshots of beautiful things instantly. I'm Jericho Rosales, and with the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, I reach a higher intelligence, making me a better storyteller.
There you have it, effortless storytelling with Mate 20 Pro. Yes, give a big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you've seen a lot today. Are you guys impressed? It's, my gosh, how they fit all that into a phone, I will never know, okay? And like Adrian, you don't want to be a better product, a better productive guy. I got my Tick going on, my Google Calendar, and my Habitica to gamify everything, right? And then for all of us, you know, all the media, we need to have accurate photos and make sure that our content is engaging. So this smart camera especially, and just the speed, will make it a lot easier for us to get that content. So here's the claim, ladies and gentlemen. The Huawei Mate 20 Pro is not just the best Huawei phone yet, but it is the best smartphone available in the market today. And with that, we would like to call on the Huawei executives to come join us on stage for a toast to the success of the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Let's please welcome Anda Lee and Ms. Karine Bakani. Panapalan po natin sila, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I guess you're gonna let me drink on the job? This is intense. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please raise your cups. Okay, I guess we can take a picture first. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you could kindly raise your cups to the success of the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Cheers. Thank you very much to our Huawei executives. Okay, now, the fun part. I know you all want to try it, and you see that it's dimming outside. You want to test this night photography. You want to test the versatility of this camera. So ladies and gentlemen, now is your chance for our experiential activity, okay? We have our lovely Huawei ambassadors who are surrounding your tables right now. They will direct you to the registration area where you may all get your Huawei Mate 20 Pros, and then they will be escorting you to the 10th floor of the Murillo Terrace so you can take some outstanding photos of the Makati skyline. And it's our hope that you would share these photos with us as well on your social media to show everyone how fantastic these photos are on the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Don't forget to use the hashtag #HigherIntelligence and hashtag Huawei Mate 20PH. Once again, my name is Justin Quirino. Thank you so much, and welcome to a higher intelligence with the Mate 20 Pro. Good night, everybody.
I guess so. Yes.
this one as well.